Welcome back to another night talk. My name is Raymond Kelly.
Sophia Kelly.
And as you guys know, this is an every week thing. Every Thursday night at 9, we'll be back again with another night talk. So tonight, one of Sugar's friends suggested this topic.
Yanni.
I'll give you the exact words of what the topic is because it's kind of long. So it says, yo, as an idea for your next video, it should be head of the household and what the role of a woman and a man should be. This one's interesting. What the role of a man and woman should be. That shouldn't even be a topic that we discuss.
Well, first off, who's the head of the household?
The head of the household is what is the head of the household? You're married. It's two people in the house.
No, I look at it as a man. But I think that's just because I grew up like that, and they teach that in church, and I'm used to it. There can only be one head. You think there's two? You think it's equal?
I grew up in a household. I'm Jamaican, so Jamaican people are kind of like the old school, old fashioned type of thing. But I don't think it was like a clear who's the head of the household. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. My father worked 7 days a week to make ends meet. So my father wasn't really around much. He was home on Sunday. He would go back to work on Mondays. He came home Sunday morning and he would go back to work on Monday. Yeah. But it wasn't really clear, like it wasn't said or anything, like who's the head of the household.
I think it was kind of known though.
But I guess you would say the person that brings in the money is the head of the household. But my mom was there every day, that cooks. To me, without my mom, nobody in the house survives. In my perspective. So I guess, and the other part of the question is, what's the role of a man or woman? I don't understand that question. The role is whatever you want your role to be. That's fine by me. And I think that young people nowadays, this is like an argument, this is like an ongoing thing because of this equality thing. Because females feel like they're not treated equal, and that's true because men are obnoxious and dumb. And most of them are uneducated. Most of the people that walk around with these things in their head are uneducated. Even though there's a lot of people in high positions and high power who think this way, and that's really sad. Because the truth is, if you ask me, what's the difference between a man and a woman? There really is no difference other than that chromosome. Other than that one chromosome, that's what the difference is. Right? Because a man can turn into a woman, and a woman can turn into a man. That's how little the difference is. So if people expect there to be like this big difference between a man and a woman, there really is no difference. You're one and the same. And if you want to break it down to the numbers, I was watching Star Talk the other day. If you want to break it down to the numbers is the difference between me and you is less than 1%. When it comes to the DNA in your genome, the difference between me and Sugar Plum is less than 1%. And if you want to go back, if you want to go down even further than that, the actual difference is 1/4 of 1%. That's what the difference between me and Sugar is. 1/4 of 1%. Meaning you are 99.99 and 3/4 the same. Is there any distinguishable difference? And that's why a man can turn into a woman and a woman can turn into a man. Only difference is hormones, testosterone and estrogen. That's all a person needs to change gender. So people are asking us.
Meant it more like in the sense of traditional stuff.
Traditional stuff, that's dumb.
Like I wouldn't expect, say it's snowing outside and things have to get shoveled.
Say it's snowing outside and things have to get shoveled. Sugar can go outside and shovel.
They would shovel it, and I
would shovel. I have no problem shoveling.
Him something to eat.
But the thing is, it's a thought of it. Don't shovel because you think that. Back in the days, you know, we were watching that show and it's chivalry, Chivalry. That was, I know people like chivalry. That was disrespectful. Cause first of all, let's say me and Sugar is walking, and she have on heels. I'm supposed to take off. How does it go? I'm supposed to take off your heels and give you my shoes, or put you on my back and carry across the water, right? That's nice and cute. That's romantic. But the idea behind it is that the female is weak and her body can't handle all these things, and that's why a man was supposed to be there to protect her. the idea of it is cute and nice, but it's disrespectful to females. So people look at it as when I used to pay for your stuff, we go out to eat. And every time there's something to pay for, I would pay for it. You probably had that idea, oh, Ray's so old. I've heard how people say, oh, Ray's so old school. I wasn't old school. I used to make $650, sometimes $700 a week. I used to make a lot of money that I was doing nothing with.
I expected Ray to pay for it though, if I'm being
So I paid for these stuff. It wasn't because it's disrespectful to look at somebody as incapable of doing these things themselves. And looking at the female as she's weak and not able to do it when they can really do it. If you put me in a ring with most females, I'll probably get my ass whooped. There is no real difference. It's just all in people's head. What do you think, Sugar?
I think it goes back to who's the head of the household and the provider, and I think you just want a manly man. You want someone that's, if you hear something, a noise in your house, you're gonna want them to go up and check for you, make sure everyone in the house is safe. Mm-hmm. So as far as providing financially, I think
anybody
we're used to the man providing. The only thing about that is, when you said earlier, equality, the thing is, I don't even think most people say they want to be independent, but no, you always want someone to take care of you. I feel like it's in our nature to want to be taken care of, and we nurture and we give affection back, but we ultimately want to be cared for. We don't want to be, that macho lady that always has everything going on. You want someone to be able to lean on. So when a lot of these females say, oh, I'm independent or 50-50, I don't even think most of them mean it, to be honest. I don't even care who gets mad at me, because I had this conversation with my friends too, and it was like this thing on Instagram. It was like, rent is blah blah blah, utilities is blah, how ladies, who should you think should split? Should you split it equally? Should he pay for everything, like how would it work? Would you pay utilities? And a lot of them was like 50-50. I think there was only one other person that was like, I kind of expect him to pay for it. And it also goes back to money. Men do get paid more than females. There's a huge wage gap going on. So it also goes back to that. If we're doing the same job and he gets paid more than me, I would definitely expect him to pay for a larger chunk of our expenses. And that's just that. If he's getting paid more than me, regardless, I would expect for him to pay more than I'm paying. And that's just how I think of it, like that. Head of household, I always think it should be the man. I think the family is kind of like chess. The king is there to hold down, but ultimately it's the queen that holds the board. It's her. She makes the biggest impact. So yes, you're running it. Like he said, his dad used to work and he used to bring the money, but his mom was ultimately the one running the house, even if it was behind the scenes. So I think
my mom did a damn good job. My father wouldn't have been able to. He was capable. And my mom, the crazy thing that I think about is my father worked 7 days a week. My mom was capable of working 7 days. He never did anything that was impossible for my mother. But I don't know if my father would have been able to cook all those meals and sit me down every evening with my timetable, and then we switch to spelling words, and then we do my homework, and then I go to sleep. I don't know if my father, at least I don't know. But I've come to a point in life where I've seen my mom work. I'm not proud of it, I'm not happy to say, but I've seen my mom work 7 days a week. And she handled that shit, excuse my language, she handled that really well. And everything goes to my mother. Big respects to my mother. She holds everything down. But I don't think that we should think that, oh, men can do certain things and females can't, because females can do every single thing that a man can do. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
They're able to work just like us. I go in the gym, there's females in there like this, like looking at me with their delts puffing out. I'm just there like, okay, good job, keep it up. And there's men, they're the same size as some of the men, so it's not like there's anything that we can do that they can't. And it just goes all the way back to tradition. It's just tradition.
I guess, yeah.
And I, being a young man, I was growing up, it was always in my head, it was, oh, my woman will never have to work a day in her life. I will work, and then I'll just give her the money, and then she'll back, because that's what I grew up seeing. My father would work, and he wouldn't spend money. He would come home on Sundays, would give my mom the money. My mom, we go to the My mom is the one that's spending, but she didn't work for the money. So in my head, that was kind of always what I wanted it to be. But it's good to understand. It's good to educate yourself and realize that there is no big difference. You can do literally everything that you can.
I felt like Yanni wanted some confrontation, though. But it was a good topic, so thank you for suggesting it. Please suggest topics, guys. Even if you're gonna message us separately, just suggest topics. It's always good to have feedback and know what you guys actually want to listen to. I appreciate it. So thank you, Yanni, and thank you, Ashley, from the last episode. And just keep it coming. Comment down below on what you think. If you agree with us, if you don't. I'm sure there's gonna be some females that say, no, I want to be independent. But, you know, do you, sis? I don't care. And, yeah, just comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Our followers have been going up, and I appreciate that. But we could do better. So, get to it.
Alright.
Thank you. And see y'all next week. Actually, we'll see you before next week. We'll probably be posting a video in a few days. And don't forget to check out our new IG page, Mr.Mrs.Kelly. And yeah, trying to get active. So we'll see ya, guys. Bye.